Good morning. I got to tell you guys this story. It's amazing. So I recently took a flight, and it was a packed flight, not an empty seat in the house. And of course, what happens on these packed flights? The overhead compartment gets all full. And someone made the grave error of putting, rather than a rollerboard up on top, a backpack. And this is like, the greatest sin ever. So there were actually two stewardesses, flight attendants, who were dealing with the flight. One of them, and they pretty much looked similar. They were similarly dressed, similarly looked, but one of them had this huge smile on her face, and the other one had a very angry disposition. And right away, as the overhead space got full, she grabbed one of the stewardess that was more on the angry side, grabbed one of the backpacks from the overhead, and was going off on it and just making a whole big scene. Who put a backpack up here? Who does this belong to? You can't put backpacks up here, and making a whole scene trying to figure out who the backpack belonged to, threatening that the flight will be delayed till somebody claims it. We can't have something that we don't know who it belongs to. And it was like, I was like not involved in this situation. I was a few rows back, but I felt just getting all nervous about the whole situation. And then it flipped. The stewardess with the big smile on her face took the bag and happily and cheerfully was like, who does this belong to? And whose bag is this? And it just changed the whole thing. And the person whose bag it was actually spoke up. It was an older gentleman who was one of the first people on the flight, needed help. And that was his only bag, so he was allowed to put it up. And it was just a whole big misunderstanding, and she was laughing about it. And that whole story just gave me the realization you can approach the same thing in two different ways. And a lot of times our anxiety takes over, and we got to figure out whose this is, figure our way through the problem. And then there's another approach where we can just have a big smile and say, okay, this is an issue. We just have to figure out how to get through it. And it just changes. You come to the same conclusion, but it changes the whole approach and the whole experience of it. So I thought that was a valuable lesson to me. I thought you guys would find that valuable as well. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great weekend, and smile and be cheerful and be happy about it. All the best, guys.